What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast. Today, we're just going to talk about the NHL a little bit. I'm not with Drew today, but I am with a new dude, Mr. Freshy. Fresh.
Yo, what's up? How's everybody doing?
So he's a gamer. He plays hockey. You know the vibes. So he's just going to be on here today.
all the stuff we roll with.
Pretty much this whole podcast. So we'll get into a gaming segment a little later. It's just going to be like a monthly review and stuff, just for fun. So I wanted to start out today talking about the Devils and kind of the Blue Jackets. 10 losses in a row for both of them.
No,
Blue Jackets are not, but that's brutal.
Yeah, brutal. I think I heard like one of the MSG people going like, that's a Devils record, 10 losses straight.
And then you get Buffalo out here in the same division,
same division. And it's like Devils are like 14-27, Sabres like 13-29.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the Sabres have turned it around. I think in their last 15, they're like above 500, which is just you lose 18 straight, and then you go into that. And like the Devils were, I think, third in the league for the first like few weeks, and now they're horrible. And same with the Blue Jackets. I don't know what happened to them. I don't pay too much attention to them because I thought they were doing good, but all right. Let's go into the Central a little bit. A tight race: Hurricanes, Lightning, Panthers. 2 points separating all three of them. The Lightning, they are done playing the Hurricanes, and they've tied them in wins and losses. So and odds are it probably will. If the Hurricanes lose to Dallas tonight, which, by the way, if they win, all three of those teams clinch. If they lose, then it's going to be a tight race. Because the tiebreaker is going to go down to the second or third for the Lightning and the Hurricanes. And the Panthers are probably, let's just be real, they're probably going to fall out.
And just to think that both of them are tied in wins, and both Panthers and Hurricanes are tied in wins, and the Panthers have only played 2 more games is substantial.
The thing is they've all lost the same amount, virtually. I mean, the Lightning have lost the same as the Hurricanes, but the Hurricanes have 6 overtime losses. Tampa has 2. Like, that just shows you how huge overtime losses are.
Honestly, I'm surprised that Tampa isn't above the Panthers right now.
As a Tampa fan, I am very with you on that. Should be at the top.
They should.
We had a rough April, man. Rough April. And Coach Cooper said, too, he said he knows that the team's falling off right now, but he says we know how to pull it together around playoff time. I hope that that's true because I'm a Lightning fan, and I don't like seeing them do this bad. And by this bad, I mean we lost 4 games out of our last 10. I consider that bad.
Yeah. I remembered just earlier in the day today that Andrew Shaw retired from the Blackhawks.
I did just see that. Yeah, that's the Blackhawks have a lot of just weird things going on this year. I mean, who else retired for them? Seabrook?
Seabrook retired, and then Crawford was traded to New Jersey and then retired before the season even started.
That team. You go ahead.
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, I don't get why you trade with the team and then right before the season starts, after you trade, you just decide to retire. It's like you should just retire.
Right.
For then.
I wonder if by some chance the Blackhawks had to say like, "Hey, we're gonna trade you and get a little bit of value and just retire you there." That would be what I would do.
You could trade them and then get a pick and then.
That'd be a real bold move to do. And you'd probably be hated, but I mean, when you've got your 6th round turns into an all-star. Switch on. All right, next I want to talk about the West Division. 3 teams clinched already. Is this division the best, or are they the worst? What are your thoughts?
I'd like to say, like, it's just, like, it's normal for Golden Knights. Yeah, it's a normal division standings.
My thing is, I think this probably has, out of the top 3 teams, honestly, it's either them or probably the Central. Probably them, though. And then you look at the other 5, and they're just not good. Like, Yotes aren't bad. They're just not good. Same with the Blues. The Sharks, they're on an 8-game losing streak. Like, I don't know.
Everybody's on losing streaks in the season.
And then you come out with the Golden Knights, who have a 9-game winning streak, and everyone else is just.
And seeing the 34-11 and 2.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm shocked by the Avs and Golden Knights, and more so the Wild. The Wild are by far the biggest underdog this year.
I'm gonna point out something back in Central real quick. I remember back in I think it was a year or two ago, Jackets swept Tampa in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now they're just down.
And that's the thing is, last year they made the playoffs. Obviously, Tampa destroyed them. I'm using the word destroyed. Yes, don't get mad at me, folks. But
no, it's alright. I'm a Jackets fan myself, but okay.
Okay, yes. You swept us. We won the cup. I'll call it 50-50 even.
Mm-hmm.
Although the Jackets, if I had to pick a second favorite team, it would be them. I think, personally, one of the best possible scenarios, because my brother's a Sharks fan, right? I think obviously it wouldn't probably be the best teams, but I think a cool, semi would be Tampa Jackets in the East, and the West, Sharks Golden Knights. That would be so sick. Having the rivalry of the Sharks Knights, and Tampa and Columbus, they're not huge rivals, but they definitely got a little bit going.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I wasn't gonna say anything.
Oh. I'm just honestly surprised that the Wild are up in the top 3.
Honestly, if I had one team to win the cup this year besides Tampa, it would honestly be the Wild. The team that's been so they haven't been horrible, but they've just been so under average recently. If they win, I won't be that mad. But I would like to see somebody decent in the finals against them.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of the finals, what are your thoughts on the reseeds after every round? Because it's 1 through 4 get reseeded. There's no normal East plays the West. You could see 2 teams from the same division in the finals. Possibly.
Yeah. That to be fair, I rarely see 2 teams from the same division play in the playoffs against each other.
Yeah.
In the finals.
Well, I guess I should rephrase it. I mean, same division, old division, because you can't get same teams from the division in the finals. But you could see the Leafs and the Panthers go or something. Just like that. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be.
I think that'd be the first time ever, too, 2 teams from the same conference have won. So.
Yeah.
It's a pretty pog moment right there. What else? Let's talk about the North a little bit. What happened, man? They were, really good, and then they turned bad. Now they're kind of meh again.
Yeah. It's just we're doing pretty good, and they're we step it up. They are
and then they're up and down. The Leafs are up and down and up. I don't even know what place they are. I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped to 20th and then came back up to 3rd. They're very inconsistent. The whole division
it's like a where you're going situation. You going here, you going there, wherever.
Yeah, I think the most consistent division it's not the East because the Pens just retook Caps and Islanders.
Yeah.
The most consistent right now is probably the West. The Central would be, but the Stars, Preds, and Blackhawks, who are in a battle, are all really close right now. So
yeah,
I think that takes
Star.
Oh, I think the Hurricanes are playing right now. Let me look.
Here we go.
They play the Stars. Oh, 7:30. Well, it is 7:30. What do you mean they're not starting? That's bull.
Yeah.
I just smacked my mic and it fell off the stand. That's a problem.
Problems.
So, okay, in the playoffs, you get to pick 2 dark horses. Who are you picking?
I'm sorry. What do you mean by dark horses?
So, 2 teams, not the Knights, 2 teams that aren't, the best teams in the playoffs. So, the wild cards, basically.
Okay, so
mine are the Wild and the Jets. I don't think the Jets are getting enough credit.
Yeah. Yeah, I can side with that. That's a pretty solid one. I would like to see. I'm kind of confused a little bit here. Yeah, I'm actually really confused.
Okay, well, right now, let's just say, the top team isn't a dark horse, right? Because they're the best.
Yeah.
The 3 and 4 seeds, who would you say is probably the most underrated team going into the playoffs?
So, I'd say I think I don't know if I might be right here. I'm gonna say the Yotes probably would be kind of a little bit underrated if they went into playoffs.
I would agree with that. Yeah, if they get
in. If they get in, I'd like to see them play.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good choice. I don't disagree.
Also, Vancouver gets a lot of. I know Vancouver's not like on the top, like 3rd or 4th, but Vancouver gets a lot of hate.
I do too, and I'm actually gonna kind of vouch for them here. They got hit with COVID and were out for almost a month. Like, I know they came back and won, but I mean, you're telling a team who's played. To be fair, they have played way less games now that I'm looking at it, 41 to 48. But like, they get docked. They made it to what, the semis last year?
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty good. They've got a talented team too. Besser, Pedersen, Horvat. Like, that's a pretty good core.
Yeah.
I think they're going somewhere. I like them.
Yeah, I would love to see them go into anywhere in the past the semifinals.
I think teams that are going down, like Philly really struggled recently. They dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just teams are changing a lot, 2017 it was like Knights in the final it was Knights in the finals, Winnipeg, like all those teams were good, and the Blues, they won the cup, and like LA, all those teams just suddenly dropped. And then you see teams rise. Like Carolina and Florida haven't been these kind of teams before. Florida hasn't won a playoff game in the century. Like, they're not that team.
Yeah, no. And then they have some good they have a couple good players here and there, but they just haven't won a cup in a while.
Honestly, like, it's going to be cool to see the playoffs. You've got a lot of close races. The Central, you've got 3 teams battling it out, 5-point spread. The East is kind of already settled. I mean, let's be real. The Rangers have picked it up, but, I mean, I don't like them getting in when you got probably 4 of the better teams. The North, it's decent close race. West Division, 3 teams have already clinched, so I guess it's not that close.
So why do they... Also, I'm looking at the standings right now. Why do they put the Jackets in the Central when they're in Ohio?
I don't necessarily dislike this, but, like, I do agree. Like, some of it doesn't make sense. How is Dallas in the same division as Carolina? Like, Columbus, I agree, it should be probably in the East, but, like, if you think about it, if you put them in the East, change them for Boston, that's the normal division. So, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I do agree. Some of this is whack. Like, Vancouver playing Montreal, like, that's a 4-hour time difference.
Mm-hmm.
Although, speaking of...
It's all Canadian teams in the North Division.
Yeah, I know. It's just... I don't like that. I don't like how you can't play teams from other divisions. Tampa and Bruins, that, rivalry, I don't get to watch that. I don't get to watch, a lot of the teams play that are rivals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But speaking of that... Oh, go ahead.
Haven't the Flames postponed, like, a whole bunch of games in a row lately?
I'm not sure. I haven't been too up to date in the last few days. So it was the weekend, so I don't really have much time, but... I wouldn't be surprised. The amount of games that have been postponed from COVID. I think the season's supposed to get over, like, June 5th.
Nah, Flames are playing.
June 5th, I think it's supposed to end. It's going to go out to, like, middle of June. Like, that's going to screw up so much. With the Kraken coming in next year, the division, they're going to look so different because Arizona's getting moved to the OG Central with the Hawks, Blues. That's going to be a weird division.
Yeah.
And if they stay like they are now with the realigned, some teams going to have to get moved, right? Like, you can't keep 9 teams or 8, however many teams is there. You can't keep all of them in one division. Like, I think, honestly, like, Minnesota might have to move to the Central. Minnesota or St. Louis.
Minnesota should already be in the Central.
I agree. Like, that's... California teams should be in the West. I agree with that. Yotes should be in the... Why are the Yotes moving to the Central? I don't understand that. Like, they aren't even the most central team in the West.
Yeah. They shouldn't be where they are right now.
All right.
Or, no, they shouldn't go into the Central, I'm sorry. They should be where they are.
Yeah. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for the hockey segment. I'll let you take over on the gaming review. I would agree, yes. Yeah. I stopped playing almost probably a year ago. Just, it got, like you said, it was just sweats, and they changed it too much, man. Right. Like, there are a lot, in my opinion, I think there's better games right now. Yeah, like Valorant, COD's decent right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead. Fun for the gamers. All right. Yes, thank you. All right, guys. So just a quick announcement. No, Drew is not gonna stop being a co-host. Of course, he's still gonna be here. We love Drew. He just can't do anything right now with the podcast. So, also, we're probably gonna continue to keep Mr. Freshie here for gaming review. Just kind of like a monthly thing, just to talk over things because I'm a sports podcast, so it wouldn't fit to do, gaming podcast. So that's why, it might just be at the end of the episode like this. But, yeah, Drew will continue to be in episodes. I guarantee he'll be in the next one. I'm not posting one until he isn't. So we'll do that. We might actually do some streams. I stream just random games like Just Fall. I've been doing that a lot recently and stuff. So I might try to get him on for that and some stuff. Anything else? Yes, check him out, watch his streams, and yeah, that'll wrap it up for today. Thanks for listening, watching, subscribe.